Hey gang, it's David again and back to you with another part in our My Website Redesign series. And in this one, I think that I just want to create all the remaining pages. So like this About Me, latest work, my courses, and the contact page. And I think that I'm simply gonna be like reusing what I already have, because a lot of these elements you can find, like the elements from the front page, you can find on the remaining pages. And I just quickly taken the liberty of adding some text right here, so everything is basically ready to to recreate and to add to the remaining pages. So basically, if that's something that you're interested in, just keep watching. So as I said, I already have this first page created. I've added these pieces of text. I added this like portfolio samples. And I'm just gonna maybe check this link if it really is like going where I want it to go. So let me just check the link. It goes to the portfolio, so that's okay. Basically, everything seems to work as it's supposed to. We got this link right here as well. So yeah, so I guess we can, maybe I'm just going to first save it. So I'm just gonna go to the admin panel, and I think that the next page is the About Me page. No, it's the latest work. This is the About Me page. Once we go back to the admin panel. So basically what I want to do is I just want to grab all of these shortcodes. I'm going to press Ctrl A and then Ctrl C to select everything and then just copy everything. And then I'm going to go to my all pages and I'm going to select this About Me. I'm going to edit it. And again, I'm going to go down to shortcodes and I'm simply going to paste all those shortcodes in. So right now, when we just update the page and just edit it with Oxygen, you're going to see that we basically have, all the same elements like we have on our front page, which is basically what we want, because right now I can simply just see what I need right here. And I guess the only difference is in here is that, well, I have like more text here for the About Me. So let's see what it looks like in the original. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave all these elements, but this latest work, this div is going to go. The next link wrapper is going to go as well. All these link wrappers and my courses are going to go as well. And basically what we have is just this About Me text and these like icons and the contact. So this is what we have right here. So basically this is what we want. So I'm just going to save this guy and I'm going to go back to the admin panel. And I believe that my shortcodes are still copied to my clipboard. So we can go, you know what? I think that for the contact, we're going to, if I just maybe, I'll try to, let's actually, okay, let's do the contact last. Let's do, maybe let's do the portfolio for now. So I'm just going to hit edit and then I'm going to go to shortcodes and I'm going to paste them in again, update, and I'm going to go to edit with Oxygen. And again, what I just want to do is to, let me just consult my, my design. So when I go to the latest work, this is, so basically we don't need this, this heading. So I'm going to remove it. We don't need this div. And these icons. So basically what we need is just the latest work right here. And I'm going to also get rid of this link wrapper and I'm going to get rid of this div. And, it's just 3 elements right now. But, when I want to add like some more, I'm just going to like duplicate this guy. And I think I can simply just grab a div and I don't need this class right here. So let's see which one has our background image. Maybe it was the link wrapper. Yes, it does. So I could simply right now just grab like a different, let's say this one, portfolio image, and then I would just have to grab this. I think it's gonna be this guy right here, and I think it's gonna be something. I'm just going to type in the name of the page. This is the name of the artist actually, and then we got it's a blog site, but it's going to be like like a fine artists let's do like portfolio, because this is what it is, portfolio and a blog website. And then I'm just going to try to find WordPress Oxygen Affinity Designer. I believe that's correct. And I'm going to type in the URL. So it's going to be like that. And I'm just going to save this guy. Now I've already prepared this like stock images. I did it in Affinity Photo. So basically all I would need to do is to just duplicate this scenario, and basically this would be like a simple portfolio. I don't want to put in too many. I just want to put the ones that that I also designed, not just develop following someone else's design. And it's just the ones that I think that are the most interesting for like people potentially interested in what I do. So I'm gonna leave the contact. I'm going to save this guy. And I'm gonna go back to admin, and then I'm gonna go to courses. I'm gonna go to pages, and then I'm gonna go to courses, and I'm going to edit this one. And again, I'm gonna paste in the shortcodes, and I'm going to update this, and I'm going to just edit with Oxygen. Okay, so let's take a look at our design. So as you can see here, what we have here is just like basic headline and some text. Then the text, well, simple headline as well, but then we got some like image, and this will be like the thumbnail of the course. Then we got the title of the course, some text, and like this see the course standard link. And then again we got this my top courses part headline, and some like a list of the courses that I have right here, and then just the contact. So what I think that the best way to do this would be to just leave all the other parts out, of course, like the portfolio and all these icons. So just to leave this repeater. So let's go actually to the site, and so I'm just going to remove not this whole section, but this heading, this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and all these link wrappers. And so I'm just gonna leave like this my courses. So let's see here. So I got my top courses. I guess I can add that, my top courses. So this is like the list, like the whole list of all the courses that I have. So I think that it would be like the best to get another like repeater. So I'm going to duplicate it. Now, if I'm wrong, we can always change that. So I think that what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to duplicate this div. And if I just take a look at, again, right here, so I got my courses, and then I got my top courses. So I'm just going to do like my courses. I'm going to leave this, this piece of text. But of course, this like this list, this repeater needs to look differently. I'm gonna remove this link wrapper, this link basically here, and I'm gonna grab the repeater, and I'm gonna go to query, and I'm gonna go to count, and I just want the 1, and I'm gonna go to my design, and I need this like this heading right here, so I'm gonna just grab this guy. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it down here, and I'm going to say like my latest course. So my latest course, and maybe I'm going to make it just a bit smaller. So maybe I'm going to make it like heading 3, like that. And I'm going to grab the repeater, and we need to change some things about it. So first of all, if we take a look at our design, like this image right here, this featured image is like going a bit to the side. And I think that maybe it would be better to grab this repeater and to like remove it from this div, because this repeater needs to be a bit like, wider. And I think that I would just have like more flexibility if this repeater is not inside this div. And I think I'm going to have to do the same thing with this guy right here. But for now, I'm just going to grab this repeater, and I'm going to go to size and spacing, and let's do like the size, like something like 75 maybe. So like this whole repeater. And inside, of course, we got our like the main div that's standard with the repeater. And then we got the title. Let me just consult the design. So what we would have to have is like another div like here at the top. So because, or maybe like even an image, but I'm not gonna sure that it's gonna work correctly. So let's see, I'm just gonna grab an image like that. That's gonna have to go somewhere up here, or maybe even somewhere here. And of course, I'm gonna change that to, well, we want it to be vertical. So I'm gonna change this image URL to my featured image. I've just edited it, and I guess it should look okay. So it looks almost all right. I'm just gonna have to like change this horizontal item alignment to the left, and it should all make it look a bit better. And maybe I'm just gonna add like some margin between these elements. So let's try 50. So I'm gonna do margin bottom like M, and I'm just going to save it. And I'm gonna just check what it looks like in the front end, because like quite often the repeater is not giving us like the best like preview. And I guess this is just a bit too much right here, but the rest looks all right. We're gonna have to fix that, like this guy right here. I mean, it's also showing us our like this top course right here, which we don't want. We have this margin bottom right here, so I'm just going to remove that. And let's see if this guy has some margin. It has like 25 pixels of padding to the top, so I'm just gonna remove that. I think at the bottom as well. And let's save this guy. So let's now see what it looks like in the front end. It looks better, I think. So if I take a look at our design, you can see that this like see the course is set to the right. So let me just quickly create that. And I'm not sure why these right here are written in red, but they do look okay here. So basically we got this guy, this heading, and these guys right here. So what we need is for this guy to go to the right, and I think that it would be just better to wrap these guys in another div, I guess, so we can just play around with the positioning. So that's what we have to do. So I'm just gonna wrap this guy with a div, put this guy inside, so then we can just set these guys to horizontal. And I think I need to just do like with 100% on these guys. So it's going to look more or less like this. So now let's save this guy and let's see what it looks like in the front end. So I guess it maybe 100% might be a bit too much, because I want this guy to like fit inside this background. So let's see a bit less. Something like 80%. Let's save this guy and let's see in the front end. Yeah, it's gonna look a bit better. So maybe we could also like play around, I mean, just a bit more, like not 80. So let's do like 70%. And let's see in the front end. It almost looks okay. I mean, we could play around with these elements all afternoon, but you know what? Since this guy is like significantly bigger, I'm gonna make this guy 80%, and I'm going to save it. I can fix that or play around with it later. Now, for now, I'm just going to leave it as is. And for these guys, I think I'm gonna just get rid of this text, because it's my top courses. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. So what I also want to check is this tag. So I'm gonna do like H3 again. And for the repeater, I just want to, change the query a little bit. So basically this bottom, this secondary repeater, it uses our custom query. But as you can see, we have like the same guy, I mean the same course. So we got this design and build garden website in Affinity Designer and Oxygen, and we got the same one right here. So if you haven't seen my video on creating manual queries, you can check that out on my channel. But let's do it again right here. So instead of a custom query, I want to do it manually. So I'm going to leave this post per page to, well, this string, but I'm going to change it to like 4. And I'm also going to change that. So I'm going to say post type equals courses and _2, because this is my like advanced custom field. And I'm also going to do and offset equals 1. And I'm gonna just apply query parameters. And as you can see, we got our 4 courses, and we set this offset to 1, which means basically that this query is skipping our first post, which is right here. So let me just save this guy, and I'm gonna refresh the page. And we got our 4 courses right here. We got our main, my latest course, and I think that I need to add some padding right here. This doesn't look right, but once we do that, everything should look okay. So I'm gonna do, it's 25. So I'm gonna just grab, this is gonna be this div. So this guy should also have like 25 pixels of padding to the bottom. And I'm not sure if I need this, if you can see here, this border. So let's go to advanced borders, and I'm going to unset all borders, and hopefully this will work as expected. And so it does. So yeah, basically, I think I need to just remove this guy, and then after that is basically gonna be it. So maybe this guy also has some padding here to the bottom. I don't see it right here. So let's see the repeater. Does this have? It has like margin bottom 50. I'm not sure if I need it here. I'm gonna remove that. And of course, the last thing to do would be to just check the responsiveness. So let's go to 992. At 992, it looks kind of okay, but I think that we need to like expand this repeater or this div. So let's see if we go to advanced size and spacing, it's set to 75%. So I guess it would be better to set it to 100%. This might look a bit better, and the rest seems fine. Let's go to 768. Like at this breakpoint, I think that we can grab this div, and we can set everything to vertical and to 100%. Like that. It should look better, and the rest should look fine because we already set it before on our home page. So let's refresh this page and let's make it smaller. Yeah, it all should look all right. Maybe we should add some more like distinction between these two sections. Maybe at 768 we could just grab this this whole, like this repeater guy right here, and let's see, I'm just going to give it a background. So let's do like this very, very light color, and I think that we should maybe add some padding right here so it doesn't, or at least add the padding to, let me just grab this div right here. So let's add like 25 pixels of padding all around, and let's see what it's gonna look like right now. So I guess it looks just a bit better. It's given it some distinction, you know. It's not that only white boring boring sections only against the white background. So let's check 480. At 480 it should also look pretty decent. Yeah, so I'm going to save that, and then I'm gonna go to my last page, which was the contact page. So I'm gonna go to all pages, and I'm gonna go to contact. Yes, I do want to edit this guy. So what we have here is just a header, the footer, and like my previous contact section. So I'm just going to remove it. I don't really need it, and I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna just see what it looks like on our front end. And basically this is what I have. So we got, well, basically our contact form and some like our standard footer information. So yeah, so now I guess what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna simply go to my settings and then reading, and then I'm gonna set it to home, like my front page. So now if I just go to home, this is what I should see right now. And as you can see, it wasn't all that difficult. It was actually pretty easy to create all these elements with Oxygen. So yeah, if you like this whole series, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments below. And you know, as always, until next time, have a nice design.